I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the National Racing Network's live coverage of the TNT Rock Block. And tonight, round number 12 of the TNT Bolt Series going to be coming to you live from Road America. This one has a significantly tighter points battle. We'll get to that in a minute, but first, let's bring in my co-host for the evening, Mr. James Watson. James currently 7th on the practice charts here. This is a fun little car and track combination out here.
This might be one of the more scarier combos on the schedule. I'm not saying something because we've had a lot of scary combos, but this is a fun scary. I'm actually enjoying running this car around this track. This track is incredibly underrated with how much fun it is. And how great it is when you finally get in your car rolling through this track the way it needs.
Yeah, and one of the only circuits on the iRacing platform that you can legitimately say that at one time was used for drug smuggling, landing planes on the back straightaway and storing copious amounts of weed in the garages when owned by the Whittington brothers in the days of the International Marijuana Smugglers Association. It goes to say, though, that there's a lot of straight lines here. This place is very fast, and there's almost as much that's technical about it as well.
Yeah, it's in essence, it's kind of a tale of two circuits in a way, because the first half of it, you have the really tight kind of bank turn one that seems easy, but it's kind of impossible to get right on a consistent basis. And then you have the turn 2 and 3, a little chicane that is hard to nail because you just can't see the curbing for turn 3 all that well. And then you have a roller coaster down through 4 and 5, the S is there. And then going up into the tight left-hander, it's very tight, and if you hit the curbing too much, you bounce off into the exit curbing, and you feel like you're on a rodeo trying to keep your car under you. And then you get to the fast parts, where you have nothing but straightaways and chicane. So it's hard to get a car going completely well. I say that as I'm too busy talking to pay attention to where the hell I'm actually going.
I was going to say, we're on board with you here, and there's a lot of blind corners, and that was going to be the next question for you. This place can be very deceptive on the eye when you're trying to find braking points, turn-in points, and even the apexes at the midpoint of the corner.
Yeah, most of the time you can't see the apex until you're air milling it past. Like right there, you have to guess, kind of. Guess is like, I think that's where I need to turn, and oftentimes you're like, nope, that's not it. This is pretty much the only corner on the track where you're coming up to and you're like, okay, I know what to do and where to go.
All right.
Look, you can see the apexes. This is easy. Why can't the rest of the track be like this? No, it has to be evil. Makes you look like a fool.
Oh, that's fantastic. Let's talk about round 11 as we get practice wrapped up here. The Bolt Series last week, J.W. Miller picking up the win. and West Shire finishing one lap down in 6th caused a swap at the top of the point standings. Big mistake last week from West Shire has put J.W. Miller in the driver's seat here with this final round left to go. Still mathematically a possibility. However, it is going to take a lot of help for West Shire to be able to win the championship here this evening. J.W. Miller, 4th quick in practice. West Shire going to be 6th quick. That's not going to get the job done for West. J.W. really needs to finish like 11th in this one for West to have a realistic shot here.
Yeah, it's possible, but hard to say if it's really likely or not. We've been around the business of racing long enough. We've seen crazier things happen, but yeah, your betting odds are not in West's favor.
Yeah, that's absolutely the case for sure here. Following James and the 19 of Bill Walker as they get their laps rolling here. Everybody is out on the racetrack. 10-minute long qualification session.
I'm not gonna lie, I really wish Bill didn't let me by because I need someone to follow through these apexes.
I'm thinking you're about to say that you need somebody to draft off of, and it turns out you just don't have any idea where the racetrack is. Let's pick up Patrick Byrne. I believe he's going... Well, no, he won't be the first car to set a lap here. Looks like that's actually, going to be West Shire just ahead of him in his GTA 5 waifu car. Might be the last time we show that car all night.
Honestly, of everyone in this series that you would expect to have a waifu car, I feel like Patrick is not the one. I feel like you would have said me sooner than Patrick.
Oh, absolutely. I think that one's there to mock guys like you, actually, James.
That's fair.
See the ticker across the bottom of your screen. West Shire wanted that clean racetrack. Trouble for Nagisa Yashikawa. He was quick in the first couple of sectors.
Yeah, he had some issues in 3 and 4. I was there for the aftermath. A lot of purple and black pieces laying on the ground.
No, oh.
Let's see what's going on back here with James. Bill Walker getting a fantastic tow down the straightaway. Mike McCullen not too far ahead, but probably not close enough for them to benefit from the draft. How about it? New quick time coming in here. 3 purple sectors, middle of the race course. First lap on the board, West Shire, 1 minute 22.387 seconds. Second across the line will be Patrick Byrne. Lap does not score. Mike McCullen up to second on the charts, 124.751, 125.716 for Watson. James Curtis across the line at a 122.7, about 0.4 of a second back of West Shire. See what J.W. Miller's going to be able to do here in the Team Watson Racing colors. Shire goes purple sector 2. This next lap may be faster. First lap on the board for J.W. Miller. And it does not score. That's the start that West Shire needs to see. We've mentioned it. He's going to need some help if he's going to win a championship and be able to go for the Rock Block Triple Crown. Simon Fell jumps up to third on the speed charts. 1 minute 23.127 seconds. Only driver in the 1 minute 23s right now. Mike McCullen, only driver in the 124s. Everybody has turned a lap at this point, but only 6 have scored. Bill Walker jumps up to 5th quick. Oh, man, here comes a heater from Nagisa Yashikawa, though. Down through the final couple of corners. Over the line. New quick time. Nagisa Yashikawa, 121.6. That is a monster flyer. J.W. Miller coming right back, though. And he's going to get a big-time tow. New quick time, top of the board. J.W. Miller, 121.5, 63 seconds. 300ths quicker than Nagisa Yashikawa. And almost a full second faster than West Shire's lap. You almost wonder here, James, is going out first not the right call for West Shire?
Yeah, he's definitely going to need the draft. That's what they're benefiting from. Also, the tires are kind of similar to the PM18 to where they take a bit to come in. So having all that extra time to make sure your tires are warmed up by going last, West isn't able to benefit from.
Across the line, we may see a new quick lap time here at the top of the board. Going to be 3rd quick for James Curtis, 121.847. Man, this race has the potential to be absolutely epic. And unlike the Freevee and Shock Series, this race does have a lap limit attached to it. So it does change your calculus a little bit from behind the driver's seat, just in that you know your number of laps is finite. Curtis got held up just a little bit. May have to bail in the lap. Stephen Thompson currently 4th quick. Haven't talked about him yet at a 1:22.120. Everybody very tight in this field until you get back to Patrick Byrne, James Watson, and Cullen Johnston. Those 3 will absolutely be bringing up the rear of the field.
So irritated. I had 22s going until back-to-back laps. Perhaps having issues at turn 7 here, I think.
The interesting thing to see here is that we're seeing drivers that are setting fastest sector times, but they're surrounding it with personal slower sector times. They're not going personal best. Stephen C. Thompson, fastest overall Sector 1, personal best Sector 4. The middle 2 sectors, slower than what he's turned so far. There's still speed out there in this racetrack because we're down to 2 minutes left to go. We'll pick up J.W. Miller, your provisional pole sitter, down to 90 seconds remaining in qualifications. All 11 cars have gotten a lap in the books. Cullen Johnston got 1 lap in and parked it. Good enough for him at 1:30.7. So down now to right about the final 30 seconds or so in qualifications. West Shire putting up a purple Sector 2. yellow sector 1, yellow sector 3. Man, he's letting it all hang out there. And there you go. New quick time. Top of the board, Westshire 121.537. Oh my goodness. 2 monster sectors for Westshire. What can J.W. Miller get done, though, at the end of the lap? 25 thousandths of a second off of Westshire's pole time. And it looks like this lap will not get it done for J.W. Miller. And it does not. Seeing Mike McConville, a very late entry into this one. So we'll see what Mike's going to be able to do later as JW takes the frustrations out on one of the cones. James Watson will be the last car to complete his qualifying run. This lap looks like it will be just a little bit slower. And it is 9th quick on the board there for James Watson. As we get ready for the cars to grid up here, let's show you the weather conditions tonight presented by our friends at the Weather Center. 73-degree ambient temperature. Winds going to be out of the southwest at 4 miles an hour. Partly cloudy skies, 81-degree track temperature. Not a bad day for racing here in Brazelton, Georgia. Lanier National Speedway right across the street. And just so much spectacular history here at Road Atlanta. Petit Le Mans closing out the IMSA season every year. A lot of fun open wheel racing has taken place here over the years as well. And we are looking forward to a very fun night of racing to wrap up Season 1 for the TNT Bolt Series. Let's show you tonight's starting grid. Westshire and J.W. Miller going to occupy the front row. The 2 combatants for the championship are going to go head-to-head here in this one. James, do we see some Prost versus Senna action here in this one?
Not even close. Not with these.
They're too nice of guys.
No. We may get some inadvertent Prost and Senna.
No, but I'm talking the intentional down to corner number 1. JW knows that if so long as he finishes near West, it's over. That would be fun. Nagisa Ashikawa, James Curtis on row number 2. Row 3 will have Stephen Thompson and Simon Fell, Bill Walker, Mike McCullen, James Watson, Patrick Byrne, Cullen Johnston, Mike McConville will make up your field here this evening. And as always, race fans, the start of this one going to be all yours. Lap number 1 is in the books, and it's Nagisa Yoshikawa coming from third on the grid to steal the race lead away. Wes Shire falls 3 spots. He currently runs 4th.
That's not the start Wes wanted.
Not at all. Call it an 18-round title fight. And round number 1 goes to J.W. Miller. Top 4 all staying close together, though. Only about a second and a half back to Wes Shire in 4th, and definitely within drafting range. Simon Fell looks like he may have lost the draft. Well, he's cutting the gap down pretty significantly here as well. Oh,
wow,
Mike McCullen going around.
McCullen. Oh,
I was just going to say, what a save, Mike McCullen. Show you that one on the Hot Shoe Racewear Instant Replay. Full sideways, opposite lock, looping around. Oh, man.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Nice, Michael. Let's go back and show you. Oh, big contact. Wes Shire, James Curtis. Huge hit, and Wes Shire's in the fence.
That might be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that is going to be all she wrote. No drive for Wes Shire's race car, or very little right now anyway. He's trying to get the car nursed back onto the racetrack, but he has to take the tow. Right as we were about to show you what happened, let's take a look here. Curtis got a little bit off track. Shire very aggressive. Knew he had to make the pass. And unfortunately for Wes Shire, winds up in the tire barriers. What a heartbreaker for Wes Shire. Potentially, we'll have to pull up the points here. I don't think Wes can lose second in points. No, Wes Shire will finish second in the point standings here, because even if J.W. Miller has an incident, you still have the time for the tow and everything else to account for. This championship battle is just about over.
There goes Bill.
Yeah, seeing Bill Walker getting off the racetrack as well. Mike McConville, Cullen Johnston also having some early issues. Let's go back and show you the start of this race from Nagisa Yoshikawa's point of view. Lagged back just a little bit. Able to take advantage of starting inside of J.W. Miller. Rocket ship start for Yoshikawa. And he easily led into turn 1. Wes Shire forced to the outside. That's what got him back into the 4th position. And it was kind of all over from there.
Yeah, Wes Shire and the no good, very bad, awful first 2 laps of the race.
Yes, that is true. Nagisa Yoshikawa's opened up an almost 2-second lead over J.W. Miller. Miller now going to have to contend with Simon Fell. Stephen Thompson right there as well, and he just set the fastest lap of the race at a 1:21.6. Let's bring Wes Shire in out of the pit area here. And Wes, tell us what happened out there from your perspective.
Yeah, really just unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, to start off, I had just a really, really bad start. It was a rough turn 1, and really just a rough, little late to throttle. Put me in a bad spot to begin the race, but, started settling in and saw Curtis make a mistake and, chose poorly. Tried to go up his inside and unfortunately, just sort of spun into me, so nothing I can do about that other than not have a bad lap one. So
At this point now, I would imagine the focus is going to shift exclusively to the Shock Series finale coming up here very shortly. Still have a chance to claim a championship over there. A first, a second, and a first would not be bad for 2021 Season 4.
yeah, I mean, would have been nice to get all three, but yeah, it is what it is. So
All right, Wes. Well, good luck the rest of the night. We were gutted, man. I was absolutely jacked up that we were going to get an organic title fight. We called it an 18-round heavyweight title fight, and unfortunately, the knockout happened early on in round number 2.
Yeah, second round TKO, unfortunately.
yeah, it's super unfortunate, but it is what it is, and be back to fight for the next one.
All right, Wes. Thank you very much. We appreciate it there, bud. And very cool of Wes to jump up and be ready for us to talk to him. We did not bring him up here for that. He jumped up into the interview room knowing we would probably want to talk with him.
I tell you, this fight for a top 5 is getting pretty heated. 3-way battle right here.
Yeah, I was going to say, Patrick Byrne, Mike McCullen, James Watson, all fighting for a top 5.
Whoa! Oh, there's
Oh,
contact!
Byrne
Whoa!
goes around.
Whoa!
Watson. Wow, how did James Watson miss that?
Woo! Don't ask me how. Oh boy, that was something. I saw it, I'm like, nope, 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 nope.
Just the tiniest little bit of oversteer for Patrick Byrne. Mike McCullen definitely got into him. So now James Watson running about 2 seconds back of McCullen for that final spot in the top 5. This is starting to feel like a race that nobody wants to be a big contender in.
I wouldn't quite say it's Phillip Island levels yet, but it's definitely getting close.
Nagisa Ashikawa holding a 1.2 second advantage over J.W. Miller. Simon Fell about 0.8 of a second back. Stephen Thompson only 0.4 back of Simon. So top 4 all holding together here as we are rapidly approaching the halfway point.
I wonder if Mike was really using Pat to help get through the course, because I already caught right back up to him in like half a lap.
Yeah, we're going to pick up the fight here, and Watson going to try to get around McCullen here. No real racing up at the front of the field, so we'll hold on to this fight. This is the battle for 5th, and it's about 21 seconds behind Stephen Thompson. As Mike McConville has an issue, has to take the tow into the pit area.
There we go.
Say, Watson made that pass look pretty easy.
Right? I'm kind of surprised about that.
A little bit surprising here, but Wes Shire back out on the racetrack. I would imagine probably turning some laps to clear his head before he gets into the TNT Shock Series when that server opens up here in just a little bit.
Yeah, plus you never know what could happen.
Well, that's true. It is still early enough in this race that an issue for J.W. Miller could put Shire very close here. Unfortunately, he was going to need a lot of help from JW to have a shot at the championship.
Yeah, you never know. This track is tough. Everyone could die within the next 5 laps.
That's true. J.W. Miller closing up on the back of Nagisa Yoshikawa. Oh, man, what a pass by Miller around the outside of turn 10. Down through 11. What a pass by J.W. Miller to take the race lead at the halfway point. Miller looking for his 4th win on the season. And when you want to talk about what the story of what's separating J.W. Miller from West Shire for the championship, in 11 races, Miller has 9 top 5s and 11 top 10s. West Shire, 8 top 5s, 10 top 10 finishes. Miller completed 346 laps to West Shire's 312 entering tonight's race. Shire was trying to make it work on the strength of bonus points. He was going to need a little bit more than that, though. Top 3 all now nose to tail. Miller, Yoshikawa, and Simon Fell. Man, Nagisa is right there on the rear wing of JW. Oh, and Miller's off the racetrack. What a recovery by J.W. Miller to not spin that car out, but he's going to lose 1st and 2nd in the process.
And he brings 4th place Steven Thompson back into it, too.
Yes, he did. Get you the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay on this one. Little bit of a twitch. Oversteer for J.W. Miller. Able to recover the car, but going to lose a couple of spots in the process. Now Simon Fell having the big dive inside of Nagisa Yoshikawa. Another new race leader, Simon Fell to the head of the field. That was into turn number 10. But that duel is allowing J.W. Miller and Steven Thompson to catch right back up. 8 laps to go, and we've got a good one on our hands.
And thankfully, I put a gap on Mike McCollum so I can actually watch this battle.
Yeah, James is watching the broadcast while driving, which we do not recommend for anybody.
Yeah, I seriously have the broadcast on a little window at the very corner of my...
Cullen Johnston having an issue. The Bizzler getting off the racetrack as well. Can't be banging up the waifus, that's for sure. The old Chris Brown 1-2 is not a real good idea there, Bizzle.
Oh my lord. We went there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, yes, we did. Big dive up for Yoshikawa into the chicane. Nice pass, put Nagisa Yashikawa back to the head of the field.
You know, I gotta say, it would be a shame if someone up at the front of the field spun, everyone else piled into them, and the dude in 5th ended up with the lead. That would be absolutely terrible.
There is no way you're getting a win here tonight, James. Don't you put that evil on these guys. What an exchange through the turn 1 and 2 complex. Yashikawa opens up an almost 2-second lead. J.W. Miller gets around Simon Fell. And we're kind of right back to where we were a handful of laps ago.
That may have not been a real smart move, considering that it allowed Nagisa to get such a big gap on them.
Yeah, they're going to have to stay in line and really take advantage of the draft in the long sections of the racetrack. They're currently sitting 1.8 seconds back of Yashikawa. Now, we've seen it a handful of times already tonight where cars towards the front of the field, I mean, all it takes is a little bit of a twitch. Either the trailing throttle oversteer, the corner entry oversteer, getting a little bit too quick on the throttle, and all of a sudden these three are going to be right back in it.
Mm-hmm. But you can't really bank on situations like that. That's why it's not smart to put yourself in an area where you're having to need the guy ahead of you to make a mistake. And right now, that's the boat they find themselves in.
Yeah, I mean, we're down to 5 to go, so the championship has officially been decided now. West Shire cannot pass J.W. Miller on the racetrack. So at this point now for J.W., it's really about going for the win. The problem is he's going to need some help. Andrew Acera checking in the comments saying, Bizzle wrecked on the back. He answers, by myself. Yeah, we'll call that. That's a contender for big smooth move of the race.
Just wants to get to Weather Center some airtime. He's just being a good sponsee.
Yeah, something like that. He's not running the car tonight, though. That's actually why we haven't shown a replay of it, because it's that stupid waifu car.
You should probably show it anyways.
It's okay. Here, just for you, James. See what happened to Bizzle here on the backside of the racetrack. Oh, man, he just... What a dope! Not entirely sure how he pulled that off, but Bizzle stuffs it in the fence.
On a scale of 1 to Wattsman, how dumb is that? I feel like that's got to be pretty high up, you know,
that
putting
is
yourself into the wall on a kink.
On a straightaway.
Yeah. Like, gotta love Patrick.
So take a look here. We'll show you the intervals. The battle for the lead, this top 4, is why we've stayed on it. Nobody else is close to each other. James Watson 40 seconds back, but still about a minute or so from going a lap down, so he won't be in danger there. Same is true for Mike McCullen and Bill Walker, but the battle for the front is the one we're going to hang out with here as we are down to 3 laps to go. Patrick Byrne, Mike McConville, James Curtis currently off the racetrack. Everybody else in various states of disrepair. Still running here all the way back to 9th place West Shire, but West a handful of laps down here. Shire actually not that far ahead of your race leaders.
They're inching further. This race definitely isn't over.
I was just going to say, Stephen Thompson just set the fastest lap of the race at a 1:21.52. A full half second faster than Nagisa Yoshikawa. And Yoshikawa's off the racetrack. At turn 10, Nagisa Yoshikawa runs wide. That promotes J.W. Miller to the race lead. 2 to go. It's going to be a two-man fight for the win. Don't look now, but that very well could be a three-car battle for the win here because Stephen Thompson is not going quietly. Man, great set of corners for J.W. Miller, though. Opens up the gap to 0.7 of a second. And this will be a three-car fight. Through the chicane. Down into the final corner. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go in the TNT Bolt Series season. Does Simon Fell make the move? And where does he make it? Stephen Thompson going to be right there as well.
Expect it going into the chicane.
Yeah, it's almost like we're seeing Simon open up a little bit of a gap and just get that monster toe into the chicane. Simon may not be close enough to attempt it. We'll see. He's going to get the big run. Inching ever closer. Does Simon Fell make the move? He does not. Oh, he's going to be close, though. Here's the move inside of 10. Simon Fell to the inside at turn 11. What a pass! Drag race to the line! Simon Fell gets the win! What a finish! Stephen Thompson comes home third. Nagisa Yoshikawa fourth. And James Watson, about a half hour from now, will likely finish in fifth.
I don't know. I lost a lot of time watching that finish. That was absolutely spectacular.
Oh
Isn't
my
that like
goodness.
The third photo finish we've had in this series this season?
I believe it is. Slow it down for you. The run to the line.
Oh, battle for six. Battle for six.
We'll go back to the live look. Bill Walker, Mike McCullen battling tight as well. McCullen loses a little bit. They're both catching up to James Watson. 5th, 6th, and 7th across the line. What a finish.
That was real.
Oh my goodness. Your race results. Simon Fell gets the win by 47 thousandths of a second over J.W. Miller with an incredible last lap pass. Stephen Thompson will round out your podium here tonight. Nagisa Yoshikawa, James Watson, the top 5. Bill Walker, Mike McCullen, Cullen Johnston, West Shire. Patrick Byrne, Mike McConville, and James Curtis will round out the field. Simon Fell wadded up on the inside of the racetrack. J.W. Miller in the Team Watson Racing entry will claim a championship in the TNT Bolt Series. What an incredible finish. We've got our Victory Lane interviews ready here. Let's start them off with your race winner this evening, Simon Fell. Oh my goodness, Simon. I'm looking at that drive into the chicane thinking he's not close enough, and all of a sudden you were there and inside of him. What an incredible finish.
Thanks, yeah. I'd seen JW was a bit slidey in the chicane, so I thought that might be an option if I couldn't get close enough going in, that I might be able to get him on the way out. Just managed to pull it off.
It almost looked like you had to back off just a hair to avoid running him wide at the finish. Was that the case, and how was the car out of that final corner?
Yeah, I knew he was still on the outside of me, so I didn't want to run into him or run him off the road, so I just had to lift slightly, but because I was on the inside line, I was closer to the line, so I was still in front.
Oh my goodness, what an incredible finish, and it was a great run the entire race. You're actually the hard charger of the race too, gaining 5 spots. How did you pick up 5 spots? You got a little bit of help with attrition, but the car must have been pretty good in the draft as well.
Yeah, once you get in the draft, it's pretty nice, that long back straight. You can claw plenty of time back there. And yeah, I think I got a couple of spots from attrition.
Well, you lock up 3rd position in the TNT Bolt Series standings as well. Congratulations on that. Let's make sure we get any sponsor plugs or thank yous in before we let you go here.
So hi to my family at home. Hi to the folks at the Seattle Watch Party. And thanks to NRN and TNT for a great season. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, thank you very much, Simon. We appreciate that. Let's bring in our 3rd place finisher here this evening, Stephen Thompson. And I'll tell you what, man, we're going to go to your in-car on this because you had an absolutely incredible view of this late battle here. But the car was good. You gained a couple of spots over the course of the race here. Tell us about your night.
Yeah, it was fun. That the top 6 definitely had speed. Getting away out of Road Atlanta is always tough. Those quick right turns right off the start, but everyone was kind of into a line running through the draft. I saw JW and Nagisa trading places back and forth, but you could kind of wind up the car and get some momentum just following everyone along. And I didn't realize this until I looked at the screen. I set the fastest lap of the race, but I was just towed along by JW, Simon, and Nagisa. So it showed you how important that last back straight was.
Well, yeah, that was going to be it. I mean, it almost, passing did not look necessarily difficult. It was just more about timing the run. Did you think you would have had anything for them over those last couple of laps when the leaders started to dueling a little bit?
Well, I was really thankful. Somehow, I know Nagisa and JW both had some off tracks that slowed them down, but that got us back into their draft. And them battling back and forth, I went from like 3 seconds to 1 second back, and then I was just going to follow Simon, and somehow Simon turned on the turbo jets in the last 2 laps. He flew out of that last chicane, and I can't believe that margin of victory. It was so great.
Yeah, what was that like watching it here? We're watching the view into the chicane from your view now, but what was that like kind of from your perspective there?
I had seen him going back and forth. That chicane was the #1 passing zone, but I don't know. Simon must have just got an amazing run out of the final chicane because it looked like that inside line was half a mile shorter because he just flew through it. And it was a side-by-side race, so good on him. It was really clean up front. So, yeah, it just great content.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Well, thank you very much for a really great season here. Looks like you're going to finish likely either 4th in points tonight with your finish ahead of Bill Walker. So congratulations on a top 5 finish here in the Bolt Series standings as well.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
Well, thank you much, sir. We appreciate that. Let's get your sponsor plugs and thank yous in here, too, before we let you go.
World's fastest sponsor shout out, but Press Start Energy, go buy a 6-pack or 12-pack, whatever, pressstart.gg. Shout out to the normal people, Mike, Maddie, Paige, mom, dad. Grandparents are probably watching somewhere too, so that's about it.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much here, and let's bring in the champ and your second place finisher by 47 thousandths of a second. JW, congratulations on a fantastic season and a really epic battle here at the end of this one.
Thank you, guys.
What was going through your head there? That last chicane, the way I called it, the way I saw it from here in the booth, I didn't think Simon was close enough into the chicane to make an attempt, and all of a sudden he was alongside of you coming out.
Yeah, I was wondering a little bit if he was going to make the move into the chicane or if he was going to make it coming out because, these cars are so slow that basically that run back to the line is so long with the uphill and back downhill. But, yeah, he just got a really good run and just beat me at the line there. But that was really fun racing, that whole race. That was, back and forth between me, Nagisa, and Simon.
Did it take a little bit of weight off your shoulders when you saw Wes have his early issue, knowing that the points were now no longer a consideration and you really could just fight for the win?
Yeah, I feel bad for Wes. He's had a couple of really tough breaks this season, but, obviously he has the 2 other seasons on the rock block that he's got a good chance at winning here. So, yeah, it was just a great racing with him and great racing with Simon and Nagisa when he showed up. I mean, we're all very, very close in skill level, and I feel like that track really lends itself to some good drafting and some good battles.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun to watch from up here in the booth. So congratulations on your TNT Bolt Series championship. Let's get your sponsor shout-outs and plugs and thank yous in before we let you go here.
Yeah, thanks to Mr. Watson for being on the car, as always, and for being moral support throughout the season. And thank you guys, NRN, for broadcasting the races each week. And thank you to everybody over at TNT, the admins, for everything they do. And shout out to everybody out there on the track this season. Everybody put up a great fight for the championship, and I'm really glad to come home with this one.
All right, JW, thank you very much, bud. We appreciate it. And my goodness, James, once again, Bolt puts on a hell of a show.
Right? That was an unbelievable race. The whole race was action-packed. I cannot believe that.
Yeah, that was, we said it coming into the broadcast that this race had the potential to be very close at the front. The cars were evenly matched. There was going to be a lot of drafting going on, and we got to see it for sure. Now we're going to head off for the TNT Shock Series finale. What do you think we're going to see coming up here at Gateway?
Oh, we've seen hundreds of awesome races at Gateway with this. Could we see a repeat of the bump and run like last Shock finale here?
Very, very good point. Jason Owens with the bump and run to get a win. Yeah, don't go anywhere, folks. We will be back at 10:15 here in the East in about 10 minutes or so for the TNT Shock Series season finale, the final race of Rock Block Championship night. So far, Wes Shire and J.W. Miller locking down championships. We still have one more to go and a 3-way battle for the championship coming up. We'll tell you all about it in just a few minutes. But until then, for James Watson, Connor Baldwin, and everybody here at the National Racing Network, my name is Chris Graham. It's been a pleasure to have you hanging out with us. We'll talk to you in just a little bit from Gateway.